So check it out. After reviewing 300 of the world's best backpacks, I've noticed two things. Thing number one is there's a lot of beautiful bags out there. But thing number two is a lot of these beautiful, really nicely designed bags are really expensive. And I was thinking to myself, like, it's about time that we have a brand that makes really nice looking bags that comes in at an affordable and accessible price point. And then like an angel in the sky, Mopak reached out to me, and here we are. Welcome to our Mopak brand review. In this video, I'm gonna take you through the entire Mopak lineup, show you what I think about the bags, the pros, the cons, so you can learn a bit more about the brand and decide if one of these bags suits your needs. And if at any point in time you want to learn more about any of these bags, you can do so with the links in the description. And if you end up making a purchase, those links will help support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which I greatly appreciate. Oh, and one last note, this is a sponsored review, but check it out. Here on Nomads Nation, sponsored reviews do not guarantee positive reviews. They just help Mopak jump to the front of our line. But if you watch this video, you'll definitely see that I do not hold back on things that piss me off. You'll see what I mean in just a sec. Let's talk about the gist of the Mopak brand. I actually had some time to speak with one of the founders of Mopak to understand a bit more about what they're trying to accomplish here. Actually, Mopak is co-founded by one of the founders of Corin, a well-established backpack brand that's focused on security and has raised millions of dollars on Kickstarter. So they already come from a background with some backpack chops. But Mopak is a little bit different. They're all about bright colors. And the founder, May, told me that they choose palettes and colors that really resonate with hope and passion. But really what this brand comes down to is just like how nicely designed, in my opinion, the bags actually are. And that comes from an aesthetic perspective and a material perspective without compromising overall functionality. First bag is the City Adventurer bag. And definitely one of my favorites out of the bags they gave me. It's 17.5 liters, weighs less than 1 kg. It's got a well-padded designated laptop sleeve with a really nice microfiber lining, sort of a half zipper access to the main compartment with some mesh pockets. Not my favorite mesh. You have to keep in mind with this price point, Mopak is giving you some really nice things, but they also gotta cut corners in some spots, right? That's the only way they can get away with selling these bags for $100. So while the materials are nice, they're not gonna be quite like on par with a Tortuga, who charges 3 times the same price for the same size bag. One thing that I like that Mopak does is these little Hypalon accents on a few of their pockets, on this bag and a few of the others. It just helps to give the bag a little sophistication and also functionality, because as you're accessing these pockets on either side, these tabs just give you a little extra leverage to open that compartment and make it easier to grab your gear. It's a small touch, but it's nice. It goes a long way. This is definitely a great school bag or a work bag. And there's definitely intention with both the naming of this bag and the use case, because as a city adventurer, when I'm adventuring through a city, I want quick access, right? And on this bag, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quick access pockets, which make urban exploration so much easier. Overall, I think it's my favorite bag out of the lineup. All right, next up is the City Cycle backpack. We've got a traditional roll top with a tote handle, so you can kind of go into tote mode and backpack mode. Really nice, clean aesthetic. And if you don't want these tote handles flopping all over the place, you can go ahead and connect them with this buckle on top for a little bit cleaner of a look. Much less quick access and a much more minimalist setup. We got a pocket on the top right here with a decent amount of organization. It's a good spot for a notebook, some pens, key. And I love how the top compartment is secured via magnets. As we go into the main compartment, one thing to note about all Mopak bags is these zippers are not YKK, which in my opinion at the price point is totally acceptable. For me, I'm not usually a big fan of roll tops because of the limited access to the main compartment. As you can see right here, gets a little black holey down there, but there is a decent amount of organization. Laptop compartment, mesh pocket at the top, quick access pocket in the back, great for a wallet or a passport. And many of y'all out there are going to love the fact that this bag has dual water bottle holders, which as the name suggests, if you're a cyclist, hydration, muy importante. Next up, got a weekender duffel. It's a big boy, 30 liters. Yet again, got a buckle on the handles to keep them together. And this is sort of like a maximalist duffel. We got a lot of pockets. Side pocket on the front, on both sides. One is more minimalist and one has a ton of organization. This would be a great travel companion, especially on road trips. And you can keep your smaller tidbits of gear all organized in here. Another quick access pocket on the top. And then getting into the main compartment, just the way I like it for a duffel, fairly minimalist. 1, 2 mesh pockets on this side and a longer non-mesh pocket on the other side. And I gotta point out too, out of all the Mopak colors, the white is probably my least favorite from a durability perspective. It's got a nice shine, gloss, and silky feel to it, but every color is a different material. And I think the colors on the blue and the red, this sort of like nylon-y crinkle material, or the black, which we'll talk about in a second, which is a bit more like a kind of a ballistic nylon feel, a little bit coarser. I think these would be more durable than the white. But at the price point, I do appreciate the little bit of padding that we have in the handles and the duffel shoulder strap. Next up, we have the Urban Daypack. Yet again, this material, the black, it's not ballistic nylon, but it's got a little bit more of a nylon-y feel to it. And we got interesting access to the main compartment here. This is a fidlock magnet, so you gotta sort of pop this into place. I'll be honest, I had a bit of a difficult time with it sometimes. It's an innovative solution. I've never quite seen it before, but you will end up finagling with it slightly more than you would, a regular backpack. The opening is a clamshell for this guy. Really nice, wide clamshell. And little design choices like this. I love how Mopak has made this interior like this mint green. Helps you create a highlight effect for your gear. These little touches just go a long way to making you feel like you have a more crafted product. One thing to note though, I will call it as I see it, I do see a lot of inspiration from certain brands within Mopak's design. It's impossible to avoid this, right? Like I'm literally making my own backpack. I don't know if you know this, check out the second link in the description to learn more. But like I even get quote unquote accused of stealing other people's designs. And the truth be told is like, there's only so many things you can do. But having said that, I am seeing some Bellroy inspiration. This reminds me of the design language that I saw on the Bellroy Apex bag. And same thing with this sort of angled zipper on the Cycle bag. But personally, I don't find the inspiration to be overly aggressive as to where I wouldn't recommend the brand. Really interesting too, this bag offers side access, which is nice, but it sort of like goes the entire way up. I'd never seen that before. I don't know in what situation it would be helpful to have this. So because of the weird side access and the top magnet thing, I will say this is probably my least favorite personally out of all the bags that I've tried. Next up, we got the sleek backpack. Yet again, a top loader, clamshell style opening. Really nice design here. Love the mint green interior. Some fake leather accents. And yet again, another fidlock buckle to help secure the top of the main compartment. And yeah, for $100 to have a bag that sort of, does this with a fidlock, it's a steal, it's a deal. Some notes on Mopak's comfort. I think for a bag of this size, this bag is 12 liters. We got sufficient padding. Don't get me wrong, it's not super decked out like an air backpack. And it definitely follows some design language of Bellroy with these straps that sort of come to a little cut down there. But I do like that they add metal hardware. Yet again, these little things that Mopak is really good at, sort of finding things that are in their price point that they can justify spending money on while still keeping the bags at around 100 USD. Metal hardware goes a long way. Next up is the Mopak Wanderer Sling, which for $50 I'm kind of into. Yet again, got this little front compartment with this little Hypalon pull tab, a couple mesh compartments in there, a larger main compartment that opens up pretty well, Mopak's signature mint green interior. But check this out, slings and water bottles don't usually go hand in hand together very well, but Mopak added this little water bottle sleeve, and we'll see if it can fit my 23-ounce Columbia. Oh, barely, it's tight. But it actually works pretty well. Very, very cool. I've seen a couple of slings try and do this water bottle sleeve, but those slings are a little stiff, like the Skyborn Slinger, the Nomadic Navigator 1 liter. They both have this sort of design, but they're stiffer slings. These are very loose materials, so it allows the water bottle to slide in a little bit easier, and I assume slide out as well. Oh yeah, that's pretty simple. Really cool hardware here. This is from Duraflex. I've actually never seen these before. So yet again, little innovative touches that Mopak is bringing to the table. And for $100, this nylon webbing feels very smooth, very silky, very premium. And the metal hardware, yet again, adds a nice little touch. And finally, we got the tech pouch, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting some peak design cues from. Not just the sort of like wide origami style opening, but also just the material choice in these dividers. But overall, highly functional. This wide mouth opening gives you really great access to whatever gear might be in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interior pockets for additional organization. It should be noted too that all Mopak materials are 100% recycled and made from polyester. Now here's the deal with polyester. Reviewers like me in the bag community have made the general public think that polyester bad, nylon good. When the reality is that polyester good, nylon just better in terms of weather resistance and durability. But polyester is still really freaking durable and really weather resistant. And it's actually a lighter material, which has enabled Mopak by using this material to keep their bags significantly lighter than a lot of the competition. And since this is a tech pouch, it's gonna be holding all your super expensive tech gear, a PU-coated zipper to get into the main compartment is very appreciated. Overall, Mopak is doing something that I think the bag community has been needing for a couple years now, making beautiful bags more accessible. If you wanna learn more about any of these particular Mopak products, be sure to check the links in the description below for more information. And if you're looking for some more budget bag recommendations, be sure to check out this video right here, where I break down some of my favorites that I've ever reviewed. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.